Hey folks, wanted to talk to you today about the Shotgun Solo Vault and what may or may not fit in it. What we've got here is the actual Shotgun Solo Vault. It closes like a clamshell design. It's got the actual turn knob and the entry numbers on the side here. And the wedge is actually installed on the bottom of it to secure the trigger guard in place so that you can't access it with the unit closed. The other option is the breech lock holder. This installs in the actual breech or chamber of the shotgun, and like the pump or the slide would stay open, and you wouldn't be able to rack or basically chamber around in the gun. So with this installed, you can see that this has got basically the gun secured inside the unit, and the unit closes up over the top of it. Then you can't access the trigger in the unit itself, and it's got everything secured there for safety. Units that will fit is like Grandpa's old duck gun. It can be installed through the breech lock if it's got a chamber opening. This is an Ithaca, so this is actually a bottom feed, bottom ejection shotgun. But we do have the trigger guard pieces installed in here around the trigger so you can't access the unit. Got a Benelli Supernova. That's a pretty tight fit actually, but it does go in with the wedges in place, and the wedges actually have to be spaced a little bit farther apart because of the trigger guard on this particular model. You got the run-of-the-mill Remington 870, the good old faithful. No problem there, installs through the trigger guards or through the breech lock. And then we've got the side-by-side shotgun. Fits with the trigger guard unit, basically securing everything in place. All right, so pistol grip style shotguns. It'd have to be a pump style model. It won't work with a semi-automatic, but basically you would install the breech holder in the unit through the back wall, like this, and you'd stick the shotgun in it with the breech unit holder over or in the chamber of the shotgun, and it would be retained on the wall like so. All right, so problem children. There's almost a variation of any traditional receiver style shotgun that will fit into this, but you have to kind of pay attention to a couple things. Like, this is a Benelli M2. When you install this in here, it'll work with the trigger guard retainers because the charging handle's out in front of the unit. There's no way to actually move the gun back because there's no place to screw down this rear trigger guard retainer. So this is pretty much the only way this gun will fit in here. If it had a Picatinny rail on the top of it, it would possibly fit. It's really close on clearance, and it's probably something that you could give us the measurement or height of your Picatinny rail, and we could measure for you and tell you if it'll work. There's gonna be different model Picatinny rails that probably do work and don't work. A rear-mounted ghost sight will probably not work on top of a Picatinny rail on this, and neither will a red dot. So that's kind of what you're stuck with, is traditional style receiver if it's a semi-automatic. Now, the KSG-12 will actually fit in this thing, and it'll work if you've got a front charging handle on the gun. The screws to the charging handle would be faced towards the wall so you can't take it off. The unit has to kind of be pressed down to latch, and when you go to unlock this, you've actually got to press on it again to get it to unlock because it kind of loads or binds the lock up. So KSG-12 could work in this. It couldn't really have a red dot optic installed on it. At least towards the rear. It would work up front, and you do have to have some sort of device for attaching the bottom Picatinny rail to kind of retain the unit inside the shot lock. So pretty much the guns that we found won't work at all is your AR style shotguns. Just because of the configuration, the size of some of the hardware, you know, mid-break comps, stuff like that that they put on them from the factory. This is gonna be a no-no. These will probably fit in a lot of the other safes out there, like the Vault-Tec RS200i, RS500i, 800i, the V-Line tactical safe, which we have floating around here somewhere. Also the ShotLock AR Solo Vault. Looks like it'll fit in that. The KSG also fit the Solo Vault, but you would install it upside down, which is totally okay because you could reorient the way that the Solo Vault sits on the wall. But there's pretty much an option for every style shotgun. It's just you're kind of stuck more with bullpups and traditional style shotguns if you're going to get the actual Solo Vault. So I hope that clears some things up for you. If you have any questions, feel free to message us, sales@nwsafe.com, or shoot us a call at 360-825-5953. Thanks.